Hey, what's up? My name's Chris from Kontakt, and today I'm going to show you how to make melodic drum and bass. Let's go. Drum and bass seems to be taking off at the moment. In fact, when we spoke to Elenium, even he said that he was starting to do drum and bass sets in the US. And like always, if you're a member of the Academy, you can head to the website, find this exact tutorial, and on that page, hit the download assets button to download all the samples, presets, and the Ableton project for you to follow along with this video and use all of these sounds in your future music. Let's dive in. Step 1, drums. Drum and bass is all about its fast-paced drums, and thanks to apps like Splice, this makes finding these samples a whole lot easier. First type in kick, then click genre, click drum and bass and find a kick that you like. Same for the snare. Then it's about getting that classic drum and bass pattern. So I find this actually easier to start with the snares. They go on 2 and 4. Then put the kick on 1 and 3. All you've got to do then is move the second kick over 1 more beat to the right. The drum and bass is known for its use of breaks. The classic is called the almond break, but you'll find a bunch of great breaks by just typing in break on Splice, hitting genre, drum and bass, and find a couple loops that you like. And now all together. Sweet. Step 2 is sidechain. For this, I'm only going to sidechain to the kick because in other genres, the snare is a lot more punchy, whereas this, it's a lot more soft and not contain too many lows. So we'll just do the kick for now. Okay, step 3 is bass. I'm going to use my CC sub, which is just a sub oscillator in Serum with some Ableton stock saturation for more harmonics. Let's program in a simple bass line. Okay, B, G sharp, and D sharp held out for 2 bars. Now, drum and bass is known for its use of the respace, so for the next layer, I'm 100% going to use one of those. And for anyone that doesn't know what a respace is, I'm sure you've heard it before. It sounds like this. I want to get something with a bit of grit for this next layer. I'm a big fan of the Lonely Studios samples and presets. My students know how much I love my Brighter Days pack, so I've recently just got their new Horizons pack. Let's see what we've got in there. Alright, bass saw 06 sounds pretty good. I like to throw a camel crusher on these gritty basses just to get a bit more aggression out of them. EQ out the lows to leave space for sub. For the last bass layer, I'm going to use one of my favourite presets. It's the Brighter Days Bass 25. Now this sounds pretty good, but for D and B, we definitely need more movement. Let's throw a Serum FX to the bass group, turn on noise. You won't get any sound until you hit this notch latch button. Now put LFO 1 on the noise level, drag the level down to about 2 o'clock, open up the LFO range. I want this to pass back and forward, so go to the global tab and press the arrow on type. Set the LFO rate to 1/4 triplets, put it on trigger and curve up these lines a little. Step 4, chords. I'm going to use my go-to silent fret that I use in the majority of our Kontakt songs. For the first one, I'm going to make it a sus2 chord, the second a minor chord, and the third a minor chord. You can use the Midi monitor to check what your chords are. Let's add in another instance of Serum. This time I'm going to use this cool synth I downloaded from Splice. It's got an old school vibe to it with the way that the envelope works. Step 5, strings. Now for this track, I was really inspired by one of my favourite drum and bass tracks from when I was younger. It's called Because of You by Blaine. And it has these strings throughout the whole song, so I wanted to do something similar. For this, I'm going to use the free BBC Symphony Orchestra. For a free library, it's actually pretty amazing. They sound cool, but it's still missing something. Let's search Splice for a string loop. Okay, I'm loving this so far. However, I kind of feel like it needs a counter melody on the second bar. I like using Arcade to find really unique ideas because you just don't know what you're going to get. Let's pull it up, put it in the key of D minor. Let's try out this new hard mode. I feel like it'd be really suitable for this. So I found this pack called On God. Got some sick loops in here. Okay, this could work. All right, it needs to be brighter so it stands out in the drop more, but yeah, this could definitely do it. I'm going to cut some lows and give the highs a massive boost. Okay, arcade is amazing. Step 7 is atmospheres. Now, I love using atmospheres and drops because they add movement, they evolve, and you just don't really get that from like the saw chords. So I'm going to find a few atmospheres on Splice. Okay, I found these 3. Okay, so they've all got different characteristics and they will play different roles in the whole drop stack to really fill out the top end. I especially love the one that sounds like an LFO vocal. Step 8 is an ARP. So I've always loved Sub Focus's drum and bass tracks, and he's always used ARPs in his songs, so let's try that. Let's use Splice to find a nice ARP. That's the one. Now I'm going to do a simple pattern just like the preview on Splice. Sick. That ARP has added tons of movement. Okay, step 9. Let's create an intro out of all this. And I want to start off with a piano. So I'm going to grab one from Splice. I usually use Keyscape, but I really want to show that you can make bangers with whatever you've got. I love this one. Let's pull it in. Alright, that actually sounds cool as shit. All I want to do here is just automate a filter to open up as the intro progresses. I'm also going to add in the ARP, the string loop from Splice, the arcade counter melody, and some of the BBC strings. I'm going to filter out all of this stuff too. I've found another couple of atmosphere layers that I love because now that it's all filtered out, it sounds pretty empty. Alright, step 10 is vocals. I want to find a sick drum and bass vocal to make this more emotional. Let's head to Splice, genre EDM, instrument, vocal. Let the search begin. Alright, this is cool. Let's search through this pack and see what they've got. So I managed to find some sick vocals that are in key with the track already. Add some reverb, delay, and you've got this. You can add some hype to the build-up by chopping up the vocal like this. Now, drum and bass tends to have a lot of vocals on the drop, so let's copy and paste all these onto the drop. Step 11 is fills, loops, and effects. Let's finish this off with some build-up drums, some fills, and some effects. And here is what we have all together.